All right, everyone, we got head coach Ben Olsen here for you. Ben, I know it's only a couple days after the match, but any final reflections on that home draw and leading to this two-match road stretch on the West Coast?
Overall, it was a good performance, but not a great performance, and we needed a great performance to, break down more often a team that was really committed on the defensive end and made it very difficult for us. So tempo had to be higher. I think our overall urgency could have been increased, and from the get-go, we could have put them in more difficult situations. Again, time too many times was, we took too much time in between moments to allow them to get set, and that's the challenge against the team that is in a 5-4-1, and that's it's a difficult one, but it's one you have to do. But still, you get 22 shots out of that. You get enough really good looks there down the stretch. As I said, there was a clear penalty kick that was missed, but that stuff happens, and we got to make our own luck. But overall, again, still, out of the last 8-9 games, we've still only lost one, so we're still hard to beat. And more times than not, we're putting points on the board, so that's a good thing. Are we putting the points that the performance is deserved? Not all the time. So that's our challenge.
All right, thanks, Ben. We'll start with Dustin. Go ahead, Dustin.
Hey, Ben. Sorry you're taking a drink. Hey, as we get into the summer here, the games are piling up. We saw Hector play 90 minutes. He's very instrumental in what you guys do. He had 12 shot creating actions. But as you look forward to these games, Hector and the other guys, how important is it to balance, their playing time, especially with these 3 games in a week that you guys have been having?
Well, this is nothing new. We've had a lot of 3-game weeks this year. We've had them last year. And some guys we understand who they are and what they're capable of physically. Some of them, what they're physically capable of, what they're capable of mentally as well, right? Some guys can really just stay there, and maybe they're not 100% physical or at the peak physically, but they're still strong mentally, and they understand how to play with some heavy legs. So that's a balance. We have history on our side. We've seen these guys, most of them, and how they respond 3-game weeks. So we have plenty of data, plenty of history on who can do what. And overall, I think we've done pretty good in the 3-game weeks, managing and putting fresh guys in, and also, understanding that some of these guys have to empty their tank over the next 3 games before the League's Cup, and they're going to be pushed and they're going to be tired, just like the other teams. It is hot, and overall, the subs have done a great job over the course of, I think, the last month in particular. They've really come on and helped games. And some of them want a chance to start. So that's a balance that we'll figure out. Certainly in the San Jose game, you get a few days rest. It's a big travel. But then the Vancouver games are very quick turnaround after that. So, something has to give, and we're going to have to make some adjustments, maybe both tactically and just some fresh bodies on there.
Is that a situation where you see the two of them playing together? How do you balance those 2 strikers just as you go into this summer with both of them?
Why would I? No, I wouldn't necessarily play them together. I wouldn't rule it out, but that's not the plan. No, I mean, we play with for the most part, a single 9, unless and at times we'll throw another forward on there if we're pushing, but. No, the plan will be to continue to play with a striker.
All right, Herman, go ahead.
Hey, Ben. West Coast trip, long trip, but it could be a good thing for the team. Get away from this distractions off the field and more focused 2 games on the road. Could this road trip be a positive in terms of the team focusing and building that chemistry in the locker room?
I don't know. I don't know how to answer that, Herman. Again, I mentioned we've had one loss in the last, 9 games. So I don't know what like. There's this air of negativity right now that I'm not sure. I understand it, I suppose, but it's a road trip.
Like the delays, just going back to normal to a routine, being able to train with the team fully a whole week, that could be a positive as opposed to the disruptions.
Sure. I think I guess you're talking more about Barrel and the kind of stuff that went on last week. And look, there's a lot going on right now, but there's always a lot going on. And these guys are pros. And again, I credit our support staff. They really handled last week very well for myself and the staff and the players to make it pretty seamless. And I don't put the result on last week's schedule. So I know I'm making a meal of this question, Herman, but I just think that it's a road trip. So there's no like, this is exciting to go on the road for a week with the guys. Like, no, I'd rather have 2 home games right now because it's nice to be on our own beds and not. But the nature of the league is you have to go away, and these are 2 tough places to go. Well, as you said, West Coast trips, and then back to back. And Vancouver is on turf, and again, that's the kind of the furthest travel that we do. San Jose's. I've been watching their film. Their field's a mess. It's not a great situation there, so we're gonna have to roll up our sleeves a little bit there. So it's difficult to go on the road, especially going west. But yeah, we're looking forward to again the challenge. The tie itself. We always want to get results on the road, but a little bit more urgency on trying to get some points out of these 2 games.
And then my last question is on San Jose. They usually play a staple 4-2-3-1, but last week they changed it up with a back 3. What do you expect from San Jose Wednesday night?
Yeah, I don't know. I saw that they switched some things up, and we'll continue to dissect them and give them our best, give our players our best guess on the lineups. And they're also having a quick turnaround. So, anticipate some fresh bodies. Tactically, not sure what they'll do. So, I don't know. I can't. I got some good assistant coaches that are going through that now and making sure we're as well versed as we can be for a group that's unpredictable in how they play and also what they're gonna put out there.